Okay, another video for today. Let's do this. Ah, uh, Today's video is a cute one. I don't know if you guys, I doubt anyone does, but there's an anime called Fable, and it's an anime about an assassin. And the idea behind it is the boss of this assassin looked at him and he was like, I want you to take a year off and do normal work, as in get a job. And he had to do it as a pro. And characteristically, this assassin basically knows nothing of the world but from the shadows. So it's one of those like very awkward, like how do I handle being a normal person as a pro assassin would. Cool? And that's basically it. And at a part of the series, basically, he goes and he gets a job as a delivery guy at an agency that designs basically call cards. And what happens is he gets interested in the graphic design and he decides to draw at home by himself. And his drawings are like perfection because like no, how would a 3-year-old draw a lion? And that's basically it, right? Like those primitive illustrations. And I would literally like this is basically it. I'm drawing something for you. It's horrible, but this is the kind of drawings that he would draw. And everyone laughed except for the guy that owns the place. And then he looks at the actual graphic designer and he goes like, "Show these people this picture, this picture." And everyone like stopped and they were like, Why would we do that? Like it's a horrible one." And then his response was this, and I found it beautiful. A good drawing doesn't make a picture. And so the minute he said that, I kind of like paused and I was like, "What the fuck am I watching?" And then it hit me because there are a lot of people that know how to fucking paint, right? But then there are like paintings that tell a story and paintings that don't. And given my nature, what I started doing was reflecting on how individuals basically paint life in their own. Like I'm telling you this based on what I'm considering right now, right? I just wrote it down and I started reflecting on it. But how do we paint life, our kind of like the world around us? And mm, I, in truth, I see behavior as the only thing that kind of like behavior, how we communicate and express ourselves through our behavior is truly what allows life to be painted by us. This canvas that is the world to kind of like be painted in our own light. And again, sometimes all you want to reach is basically your immediate family or friends or whatever. And sometimes you want to reach the entire world. There are many ways for us to do stuff. But a good drawing doesn't make a picture. That means just because you're good at creating a drawing, it's not necessarily considered a picture. And by this, a picture, uh, right now I'm thinking a picture says 1,000 words is an expression that like is, I don't know, pretty old, I guess, like a couple of hundred, 300 years old. And so there's a certain story, a dynamic that doesn't necessarily need refinement in order for it to be, in order for it to express itself properly. This is kind of taking me aback. it's something we hinge on, right? Because I feel what people do is we look at people that are successful, and what we try to do with any field, right? Whether you want to be a doctor, a writer, or just want to be like a better person. Like you look at somebody who's succeeding at it, and we kind of put that the way they are on a high pedestal. Let's stick to art, man, because like when you're looking, I don't know. So I don't think anyone knows anything about art because it's very much a subjective thing. But I feel everything is a subjective thing. And the difference is the depth that you're able to reach in order to understand what's happening. The depth you're trying to like, you're able to kind of like comprehend about yourself in order to receive the other side. And that's the whole like, if I want to express something that the world could understand, I have to kind of simplify it. And if I want to express something that a niche amount of people, I have to be direct and I have to be concise in how they would understand it. It's marketing 101. But really consider just a good drawing literally means that you know how to mix colors. You know how to paint between the lines, maybe. You know how to follow techniques. You know how to uh, not overwhelm whoever's basically looking at it. All of these are just an effective way to express art. Okay, so all of these are techniques. That's all they are. They're literally things you practice, you have refined. But whether they actually express what you're trying to say or not very much has everything to do with you and nothing to do with these techniques. What came to mind right now are those YouTube videos of people can completely like, I don't know, those jugglers that can juggle about like 50 fucking balls or something. And then I would ask myself, what's the point? For them personally, like that's dexterity and all that good shit. And it's entertainment for most people. But all of these are techniques. And if somebody just juggles in front of me, it's boring. But if somebody's juggling and kind of like putting on a show, it's different. And I've seen people that juggle with like three, four balls, and I very entertaining. And I'd watch them for like half an hour to an hour. And I've seen people juggling 50 balls, and like all I'm watching is just balls flying in the air and then flying back down and then flying back up and flying back down. Life is not really about techniques, is it? These skill sets are supposed to support what you're trying to express, but they're not the expression itself. So the idea of a picture is the story, is whatever you're trying to express. And a picture basically being 1,000 words is a condensed version of your story. And when we say details, right, because like a condensed version of your story, that means it has all the details. But these details are not, they really do not have to be, these details don't have to be detailed, because the goal is always and forever expression. The goal is to express yourself fully. And maybe I was at a stage in my life where I was just, because I was for 2 years, just kind of like, okay, what are the skills that I would need in the future? and I was full on just kind of like going after each thing that kind of pops to mind that could be a skill. The truth is, it's the combination, and most of the combinations don't fully use what you learn. They just use pieces of what you learned, what you have to express. It's a good way to kind of like reflect on myself, I guess, at this moment. I've built my platform 7 times. This is the seventh. And almost every single time, I kind of like jumped for a different technique, wanted to learn more skills in the process. And the truth is, I could have probably done it with the bare minimum and still was able to express everything that was on my mind, that was in my heart. Alright, ladies, we fucking love you. And this is a video. Peace. Oops.